Peace, peace, peace. What's going on, my peoples? It's your boy, Sincere 7, coming to you live and direct from the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit, the Pad, Florida edition. Y'all know I love saying that shit, right? Florida edition. You know why I love saying that? Because every time I say it, I'm in Florida, right? And I love it in this motherfucking state. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I love it out here, man. I've been enjoying myself. I'm coming up on a year that I've relocated, and been staying in Detroit as well as Florida, flying back and forth and just really enjoying myself. So I just wanted to come on and give a few updates for those of y'all who be, following along and paying attention to the things that I be having going on and I be talking about, posting and all that. So, I just finished booking my ticket for Detroit. So I will be there and we will be having Bufo ceremony the 17th. So this is kind of exciting for quite a few people. I do not conduct Bufo ceremonies often. One, because of the price, and two, because of the intensity of the entheogen. Bufo is the strongest entheogen on this planet. And if anybody would like to dispute that, I'm definitely open for the discussion. All right. So with that being said, be it as intense as it is one of those things that a lot of people do Bufo one time, and that's it. And I don't mean one time a year or one time, I mean one time in their life. And not that they'd be scared of it. Don't get it twisted. No, it's just that the effects that come from it are so, what's the word I'm looking for? You don't have to do it more than once, some people find so much healing and relief from the Bufo, because it is a consciousness expansion tool. So it definitely, like some people, we like to talk about altered states of consciousness and taking substances that alter our consciousness. I think of Bufo not as a alteration of your consciousness, but an expansion. Cleans out the closet and then it adds another room to the house, right? So for those of you all who have done Bufo, y'all know what I'm talking about. For those of y'all who have not done Bufo, if it's a medicine that's calling to you and it's something that you want to experience, then I would invite you to go ahead and reach out and to set yourself up for that experience. I've never had anybody who's been disappointed, but yeah, it is very intense. It is a very beautiful medicine. I enjoy administering it as well, but at the same time, I try not to overdo it. And I mean that, like, as far as the presentation, if you will. So anyway, you've already seen the advertisements. Bufo is going on in Detroit the 17th. So if you want to take part, hit me up and schedule your seat. Now, outside of that, if you are not ready to experience the Bufo, we will still be meeting. We're going to do a live tomorrow, to speak about and give all the details. But we're doing a few special things on this trip to Detroit, when I take this trip to Detroit this time. One of those things is we are having a live Village Cushion Coffee meet and greet at a place that has recently opened up in Detroit and started offering all types of products, services, a place where you can hold events. It's a lot coming, and it's a lot that's going to be spoken about. So that will be tomorrow. We will be going into detail. I will be giving you all the name of the place and everything like that, the location and everything. And so what we're going to have is we're going to have the Bufo ceremonies there that morning. So Bufo is a medicine that is conducted in the morning time. After we do the Bufo, we will have the integration talk with the individuals that are experiencing the Bufo. And then after that, we will be going into the village cushion coffee. So we are actually going to have coffee and tea on site at this place where I will be, again, announcing tomorrow, where we will be getting together as a village and discussing quite a few different topics, things about education, relationship, entheogens, medicine work, shadow work, magic, all different types of things. So it is going to be a very, very beautiful day. For those of you all who have been in the containers where Bufo is being administered and facilitated, you all know how even if you are not receiving the medicines yourself, it creates a environment of a very interesting, very powerful environment, right? It's very hard to put into words. I'll say that. I know that my first couple Bufo containers that I went to at Baba Kalinde's house were epic. The ceremonies are separate from the social gatherings, if you will. However, just hearing people, because if you're in the same building, you're going to hear people. Some people are screaming. Some people are crying. Some people are laughing. And what you hear does not give you an understanding of what's going on. I know that me personally, when I went through my Bufo ceremony, the first time, when I inhaled the Bufo, blew it out, fell back, my soul came out of my body faster than the speed of a bullet coming out of a gun. And I shot straight what direction from my conscious ideas felt like up, whatever up is. And I traveled what felt like thousands of miles in a matter of 10 or 15 seconds. That's how fast I was going. And my body was screaming, "What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?" And I just kept screaming that over and over and over again. To the people who were around hearing this upstairs, from what I was told, it was kind of like oh shit, it's like, is he okay? Like, what, but from what I was experiencing, the reason I was screaming that was that I just wanted it to slow down. You know what I'm saying? It was going so fast. So I was like, what the fuck? Like, trying to hold on. And then all of a sudden I got so high. That's funny. I got so high that it just stopped. It was like whatever that booster. You know how you have those rocket ships and they take off and you got that piece that takes it up to a certain point and then it falls off and then it does that's how it was. It took me so far and then it just stopped and that part fell off. Whatever that part was. I'm just explaining it to the best of my, you know what I'm saying? So when I got to the height and and whatever it was that was pushing me with that energy stopped, then I started coming back down towards myself, slowly, as if a leaf let go of the stem or branch and just started slowly falling to the earth, going back and forth. And as I was going side to side on the way down, I was hearing compost, combust, compost, combust, compost, combust, all the way down. When I finally touched down, and it felt like my soul came back into contact with my body, I was trying to understand what it was telling me. Compost, combust. Now, the first two things that I consciously realized was, oh, both of those words have 7 letters. Okay. And the other thing was that they both started with C. And neither one of those things had anything to do with it. Then it just came to me as if it was some type of translation that just was hit. Somebody hit return and it came, and it was like informing me that as a Leo and a sun sign, Leo, my sun sign, I am very fiery. And I have the tendency to try to use the energy of fire for everything. And it was informing me that where I was at that point in my life, fire was not what I needed to be using anymore. Water is. My moon sign is Cancer. So it was telling me, you've been operating under combustion, fire, combust, but you need to operate under composition, compost, which is how do I say? I said next year is the year of, what is that? What is it called when you work with people? Oh my goodness. Conciliation. I can't remember the word. Okay. But anyway, it was telling me that, all right, let me give you an example. If you have a land and collaboration, thank you, Kaylon. Thank you, collaboration. If you have land and that land is contaminated, let's say there's oils on that land, it's contaminated, and the crops that you're trying to grow, they're growing, you know, in a way that is not functional. It's not what you really want. I am going to burn everything that's out there. Burn it all down. Now that it's burnt, let's start over. Now start growing more crops and come to realize that these crops are not growing with the energy or the, I'm missing my words. I'm so much better with words in the morning. But these crops are growing fucked up because burning everything down from the surface does not change what's internal, what's up underneath. But compost, I'm a farmer, so to give y'all an understanding of what compost is or composition is, like where a whole bunch of things are at and other things are added that will eat away, that will break down, that will distribute these things to other areas so other things can pick those things up and turn them into usable nutrients, if you will. So mycoremediation is the science of adding mycelium of certain types to soils that are contaminated. So Paul Stamens has a video called How Mushrooms Saved the World. If you have not seen that, I invite you to watch that at your earliest convenience. And in there, they did an experiment where they had 4 or 5 mounds that were contaminated, I believe with petroleum or oil or something like that. And on one mound, they put bacteria. On one mound, they put, I don't know, they put all these different things. And then on the last one, they put mycelium. If I remember correctly, it was oyster mushroom mycelium. And they came back a couple months later, or maybe they did a month, or however. But when they came to the end, they was explaining how basically the first 3 mounds were all just fucked up, contaminated, turned to mush, just looked really nasty. The last one, when they pulled it off, it had a plethora of oyster mushrooms growing on it. And the mycelium of the oyster mushrooms went into that soil and cleaned it. It took the hydrocarbons or the oils out of and basically ate them, ate the oils, ate those hydrocarbons, ate those contaminants, and then made mushrooms. And so when they came, now the mushrooms sporulated and then they die off, right? But, or they cut them all off and take them away. However, but they don't eat them because of what they were grown with. But the point is that afterwards, what happened was those spores attracted insects that was left on the mound. The insects attracted birds and other little things that eat upon them. And so now the birds coming down to eat upon the insects and, of course, defecating and leaving behind seeds and all types of stuff. Basically, when they came back a couple months later, that mound was filled with all types of grasses and flowers and plants, all type of life that was growing on this mound that months ago was not able to grow anything, okay? And so it showed composition and the mycoremediation possibilities of the mushrooms. So this is an example of what my Bufo experience was trying to tell me. You can't keep burning things and just chopping them off from the surface and getting rid of them and trying to start over and think that you're going to be successful. You have to go in. El Ranchero Hippie, peace, fam. You have to go internally, up under. See, the plants and things that grow, they express themselves up on top. However, all the work is done below. And so it was telling me that I had to look at myself like that and stop thinking that I could just change my environment, change the people around me, all of this bullshit. And no, you got to go in and you got to alter the way that you deal with people. And I had to deal with composition because composition deals with people in a unity. You have to compose yourself with company. See that CO? That CO, right? So it was compost, combust, compost, combust, all the way back down from my journey from Bufo, because it was trying to tell me that combustion and fire is no longer going to work. And I have to get into cooperative collaborations, and I have to do internal works and get rid of the things that no longer serve me properly, and start to create a better mode of operation from within myself. So that was my Bufo journey. It was very intense. I remember when I came back, Dr. Jerry, Oyi's son, and my son was in the room. And I was looking around, and I remember I seen my son, and I just started crying, and I crawled over, and I started bowing to him. I started bowing to him and just like recognizing the power that was within him, and the humility that I should have for being honored to be the overlooker or overseer of him as he makes his transition into the adult or the individual that he's going to be. It was so, so, so every word that means good and just the experience and the feeling and just what I brought back from it. And I have been, that has never left me. Bufo and what you experience never leaves you. Now you can always add on more. I know people who have been in on 3, 5, 7 Bufo journeys within some years, which is kind of um um I would use the words amazing. I would use the word amazing. I think it is amazing for individuals who can deal with that intensity, that level of intensity that often. Now I can go in on, what I'm saying, 7, 10, 15, whatever, high gram dosages of mushrooms repeatedly, but that Bufo, it's not something that I run back to, right? I don't have to, excuse me, but I tend to gain a relationship with the entheogens and the plant medicines and the animal medicines and the fungi medicines that I work with and that I administer. I need to keep my relationship with them. So returning to it is something that, oh yeah, that's not a problem. That's something as a practitioner that is, that's what you do, right? However, individuals who are not practitioners who find themselves um, doing Bufo, and I'm not talking about recreational doses. Let me be clear. I've talked to quite a few people and be like, "Yeah, you had, yeah, I had Bufo. Yeah, I was, I was here with so and so, and we was doing like, nah, that's not, no, no, I don't mean recreational doses. We are doing a ceremonial dose. So, I've been around people doing 20, 30, 40 milligrams, what I'm saying, 60 milligrams, things of that nature, even though 60 is kind of nice. But no, we do ceremonial dosages. So we're in the 100 milligram, anywhere from 80 to 100 milligrams. And at those levels, um, we're going deep. We're going deep. This is good for depression. It's good for people with anxiety. But hold on, let me just. Bufo is the strongest heart opener that I've ever experienced. So if you've ever experienced cacao and you like that, Bufo is that times 1,000. If you ever experienced MDMA and you like that, Bufo is that times 100. Like, Bufo is the strongest heart opener, I'm pretty sure, on this planet. Again, if anybody has any information to dispute that, I am definitely willing to accept and hear it. Like, throw that shit at me, we can discuss it. So Bufo is what was called MEO 5 MEO DMT. So it is a form of dimethyltryptamine, but it has another part of the molecule added onto it from the Bufo, which is the toad. So it is a form of, well, let me be clear, there's also a plant form of 5-MeO DMT, referred to as Yopo as well. We will be offering Yopo experiences during the second trimester of the Sacred Animal Venoms and Entheogens tour. So the SAVE tour that's going on in 2024. Now, if you're not aware of that, you haven't seen the advertisements, please inbox me and request, or DM me and request the information for the tour. It's going to be awesome. You don't want to miss that. I experienced Nirvana in my Bufo ceremony. There we go. Good word. Good. Yo, Rancho Hippie, thank you. You see, I've been at a loss of words. That is a perfect word to describe where you go on Bufo. Now let me be clear, just like any and every entheogen, it's not the same for everybody, right? Because one of my last clients, he actually, we was talking, he was telling me about, his traumas and dramas. If you would like to see testimonials from people who have done Bufo with me and hear their stories, inbox me and request testimonial Bufo. If you want information on the tour, inbox or DM me information, save tour. But this guy, he did his Bufo, and it was a beautiful one. It was like the middle of spring or summer, and I was up in Byron, Michigan, doing the sacred animal venoms. No, I did one of my lectures up there, and then I served Cambo, snake venom, and Bufo, and he was one of the people who did Bufo, and so we got to do it outside. It was fucking beautiful. It was fucking beautiful, right? So what I did a little different with him, because since we were outside, I set him up real nice, and then I gave him his space, right? But I did come over there to check on him, and so when I did, I hear him having a conversation while he's crying, while he's in the middle of his Bufo. So when he came back and we started talking, he explained to me that he had the opportunity to go to ancestral realms and meet up with his mother. And he had discussions with his mother that he was not able to have because she had died quite a bit ago. And what was interesting about this was this individual also did Cambo with me some months previous. He was the first individual to tell me that while he was doing Cambo felt like the longest, warmest, most embraced hug he's had since his mother passed away. And that was very different for me. I've never had anybody speak of Cambo in that positive during the experience. Most of us feel kind of sick. He said he felt like he was getting a long hug from his mother. His Cambo experience was beautiful. So months later, he takes the Bufo, and he goes to the ancestral realm and has a conversation with his mother. So when he comes back, we get to talking. I was telling him, like, yeah, you was talking to somebody, like, who were you, talking? And he explained to me, like, it was my mother there, and he was telling me about some of the things they were talking about, and just, I was like, wow, so that was definitely totally different than mine. Because for mine, there wasn't like a teacher that came to me, which there usually isn't. Some people tell me when they go in, their ancestors are waiting on them. Some people have spirit guides waiting on them that take them through their whole trip. There's so many different, most of my trips, I guess it has something to do with my shamanistic gifts that's have been given to me. I tend to do most of the work alone, so to speak, right? So my Bufo journey, it was not like, even when I was coming back and it was saying compost, combust all the way down, it seemed like it was my voice. It wasn't like it was from somebody else. So to hear that an individual got to go and sit in the ancestral realm and actually have conversations was fucking amazing. Like, damn, like mine was more, my stuff tend to be more inspirational experiences that I go through and that I learn things through. There's not very often, I have had a couple that were during trips that I was doing to bring back information for other people, that there was discussions and information being said to me. And that was interesting now that I'm thinking about it. Like, if I'm getting the message for somebody else, it says it to me. But if I'm going in for myself, I'm going through experiences. So everybody's different. So you might go through Bufo and go through an experience. You might go through Bufo and go to a realm to receive messages. I've had individuals who have did Bufo and they went to other places and seen other people going through experiences. See, so you can kind of go and witness different things. So I when I speak for those of you all who seen my video on spiritual security clearances. If you haven't seen it, go to YouTube and look up the Psychonaut Academy Detroit or the PADS YouTube page, subscribe, and check out that security clearances, spiritual security clearances video. I am a firm believer of that in all realms, and so it seems that even within the Bufo realms, there is the ability to be able to go to different places based off your spiritual security clearance, right? Now, let me say this to y'all. If you are a brand new psychonaut, if you have not experienced entheogens in any other manner at all yet, or in a very low, like if you've only microdosed or did like a gram or two of mushrooms, to be honest, I don't really think that. Have I had people who have done Bufo and it was their first entheogenic experience? Yes, I have. I will not turn you down if you've never done anything else. However, I would advise you, this is what I do. When people say, okay, well, I'm going to do Bufo, and they sign up for Bufo for, 2 months down the line. I say, hey, well, do 7 grams of mushrooms next week. Do, LSD tab. Do an ayahuasca journey. Experience traveling in the entheogenic realms before. It's kind of like this. Bufo is NASCAR. So if you don't have a driver's license or you've never driven before, I would not advise you to hop in this race car and go around that track 500 times. That's just me. Now, is it dangerous? No. It's that you are not going to understand or appreciate or even be able to grasp what all you're experiencing. Wifey's first entheogenic expression was with Bufo. Oh my goodness. How was that? Yo, request to come on in here if you want to share the testimonial. I've had people who that was their first, but I'm gonna tell you, when they come out of the trip, they are like they feel fucking great. They feel awesome. They feel magical. They are enthralled. They are excited. They want to tell everybody. They want to share this. This individual that I'm speaking of, a month later, I called and I was like, so I'm just calling to check up on you a month after, your Bufo experience to see, how you doing, how you feel, things of this nature. She says, I'll be honest, I don't remember nothing. I said, what? She said, I know that when I left, I just kept trying to figure out where I went. I said, where you went? She was like, yeah, because I wasn't here. I left here and it was like, I wasn't in space, but I wasn't, and I started really understanding, oh shit, she really doesn't understand the entheogenic realms. So when she came back, the experience was so exciting, but as she went forward, she started trying to figure out where the fuck did I just go and what happened, and that thought and that idea, she just kept going deeper and deeper to where she forgot the experience. And I told her that's because you don't have an understanding of the entheogenic realms yet. So that's the type of that's why I always invite people to have other entheogenic experiences before experiencing Bufo. Is it necessary? Is it do you have to? No. But I think that you will be better prepared to be able to retain and recall your experience if you already have previous experiences with the entheogenic realms. Because then you know where you at, what's going on, and all of that. So when you do the Bufo and you go where you go, you're gonna come back and you're like, yeah, that was intense. But your integration, and that was another thing is, now that I am a psychedelic informed integration coach, the integration is so necessary. It's so necessary. And so I know that if she would have had proper integration, which I didn't have at the time, like I have now, that she would have been able to integrate the experience into her mind, her body, her emotions, as well as took note of all of that so that she could have walked it into her mode of operation moving forward. Like how I have been able to do with mine. Like I knew how to process what I came out of because I had already processed mushrooms, changa, DMT, ayahuasca, cactus, like you know what I'm so many different things. So it was like I know what I'm doing here, right? So but for people who, for psychonauts who might not be practitioners and have the availability to go in on all of these different modalities, all the different times that they want, then it's a little bit different. Um, if you're going in less than 3-4 times a year on different entheogens, then you know these are definitely things that need to be integrated and allowed to, you know, be absorbed into your mental, your spiritual, your emotional, and learning how to utilize these things in a functional way, you know. So that's also very important. So I don't know if you all are in the Detroit area. If you are and you want to take part in the Bufo ceremony coming on the 17th of this month, you know, inbox me for more information. But if not, on the Save Tour, so what I decided to do is the Save Tour, like I said, the Sacred Animal Venoms and Entheogens is going on tour to Baltimore, Maryland, Charlotte, North Carolina, Austin, Texas, Atlanta, Georgia, and the uh, Oakland, San Francisco, California area. And I'm going to be going to each one of those cities 3 times each trimester. The first 4 months of the year, the second 4 months of the year, and the last 4 months of the year. And each time I go, I'm going to be offering a different modality. We're going to be doing Campbell and snake venom on each one of those trips. And then on the first trimester, we're going to do cacao, mushrooms, um, um, hape, and sananga. On the second trimester, we're going to do yopo. And on the third, we're going to do ayahuasca or silahuasca. Now, within all of those, each one of those trips on the tour, I will be offering 6 Bufo seats. So everywhere I go, so the first people, so I'm not going to be doing everybody who signs up, but the first 6 people, because we do Bufo in the morning, first thing in the morning. You know what I mean? Like to catch you right after you wake up type of ish, right? So I'm going to do 2 for each morning that I'm there. And then we're going to go into the rest of the experiences. So if you want more information on the tour and you in any of the cities that are around there and you want to come there to experience, you can do so as well. Also, I am now offering in-city retreats, which is basically retreats that take place in Sunrise, Florida. You pay for your 3-day or your 5-day retreat, and you come down. Your food is included, your transportation, your rides to the beach, your rides to the airboat ride to go see the alligators, the yoga, the meditation, the Reiki, snake venom if you want to do it, Campbell if you want to do it, Bufo if you want to do everything that the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit offers is available a la carte, no extra charge. Once you pay for your retreat and you come, whatever we offer, you can say, I want to do that. Okay, let's do it. I want to do that. As long as those things don't, they don't, you know, you don't want to be doing too much in one day, right? We're not going to be doing Cambo and Snakeman and ayahuasca all in one day, right? You understand what I'm saying? So that ideology of creating your itinerary for while you're on this retreat, but it's all included, everything, your food, your transportation, your entertainment, everything. All you need is spending money. So when we go to the farmers market, all of that, and I actually, will be cooking your meals and facilitating everything you need. I'm basically your, your in-house concierge service for your retreat. So that is also a way that if you wanted to partake in something such as that, that you could do so. So we got a lot of stuff coming, y'all. We got a lot of things. I've been putting more and more things together to offer to my peoples that just make me feel good doing. Like I love being at service to my people. Those who know me for a long time, y'all know that I've been cooking and serving and, just all types of different, things. I love the service. I love to be a service. That's why I'm a practitioner. That's why I'm an administrator and a facilitator. So now bringing the tour so I can go out and meet people in their hometowns, in their cities, and then the in-city retreats. So you can come here and be a guest and I can roll out this red carpet for you, So things is awesome. And I'm enjoying everything that I'm doing. They say if you find what do they say? If you find a job you like, you'll never work a day in your life, right? I love doing this. I love serving y'all. I love being y'all medicine man. I love being y'all shaman. I love being y'all teacher. I love being y'all student. Oh yeah, I be taking classes too. You feel me? And I love just my community. I'm a very community oriented individual. I love people. I love talking and sharing, all of that. So this is giving me the opportunity to do so much of that. I'm going on tour. Like literally, I'm going to be traveling all year next year. I am going to 5 different cities every month. Like, what? Come on, y'all. Are y'all hearing what the fuck? And then when I am at home, somebody's here and I'm serving them because they just booked the in-city retreat for 3 to 5 days. What? The only time that I'm not doing those things, I'm in Detroit with my children. You know what I'm saying? All of them. I have 7 children. I love being a father. That's my favorite thing to do. So I've created a life that just makes me smile. These things don't stress me. Getting on planes, going to other cities, sleeping in B&Bs, and serving my people, meeting people, breaking bread with people, having conversations. What? How? Like what? This is dope. This is what life is all about, right? Traveling, eating good food, meeting good people, and being of service to the community. What else is there? I mean, chill now, chill. So, I just wanted to get on and kick it for a minute, man, and just talk to y'all about, what's going on, what's coming, the things that we have, available and all of that, man. Do I have any questions, comments, or concerns about anything? Like, anybody, got any questions, comments, concerns? Talk to me. I talk back. Talk that shit, because I talk that. You feel me? Yeah, I'm about to do some snake venom, y'all. What you know about it? This is my 3rd day, because I forgot to do my joint yesterday. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. By the time I remembered, I was like, yeah, maybe tomorrow. And so it's tomorrow now. So I'm gonna go ahead and, get it in. But yeah, I got any questions, comments, concerns about anything I discussed or anything I didn't? Let me think. What else? So I spoke about the ceremony. So tomorrow I'm going to be releasing all the details about the community cushion coffee at the secret location. It's not a secret. I'll just tell y'all tomorrow. Yeah, but y'all got any questions or comments or concerns about anything? It don't even have to be what I talked about, you know. One of y'all might have been waiting to ask me a question about something else. You know, I pretty much dropped all the stuff that I wanted to drop about what I wanted to talk about. So anybody you know, got anything that they want to talk about or want to ask about or anything like that? Y'all see how quick and efficient I just went and dropped all them gates on there? You know what I'm saying? Come on, sign up for that Sacred Animal Venoms Practitioner Training class. Get your shit in so you can start doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Serving your community. Serving yourself. You know what I'm saying? Man, I have to tap in with any other organization so little now because I do the majority of my healthcare at home. What venom are you about to apply? I am working with the water moccasin, aka cottonmouth venom. This is my third application this week. And I'm doing 9 gates per application. So I just went all the way down my arm with the diamonds. I have a beautiful relationship with the monoclad cobra venom. Love all you do and appreciate you sharing always. Yo, thank you. I appreciate y'all tapping in. I have a very good relationship with the monoclad cobra. It's one of my favorites. The clarity of mind, the calming of my nervous system, and the cleansing of my lungs. Oh my goodness, the ability to breathe deep, strong, clean. The monoclad cobra was one of the first venoms I worked with. The second venom that I gained a beautiful relationship was that Western diamondback rattlesnake. That one for the character growth and developments was fucking awesome. Manifesting that I'll be a practitioner and healing my community. No doubt, no doubt. We're going to talk about that because I just decided to actually also have a scholarship program. So, but that Western Diamondback, that became quickly a favorite because of the character growth and development and how prevalent it was. Like, man, like I could feel it. I knew I experienced it, right? And then the copperhead was the next venom that I gained a relationship with, which is because for a minute I had got away from the venoms, and then once I found a lump in my testicles, I was alarmed, and be it that I don't really do, Western medicine too much, I might go in there to get like some work done or to check things. But as far as like treatment, I'm more in tune with the planet Earth. Being a medicine man and a shaman is like, I am very aware of the healing of the kingdoms, and that is what I utilize. So at that point, when I found that lump in my testicles, I began to utilize plant medicine you know, but I also knew that plant medicine is usually a slow working modality. You know, plants, if you go on an herbal walk, you're looking at 90 days minimum, 120 days recommended, right? And that by the time you get to that, you should see positive results. And so I was not really, I'll say, confident with using just that. And so I went back into my Venoms bag and, you know, went back into the deep studies, the deep, oh my goodness, I went through quite a bit for a little minute. And so then once I completed my studies and started alchemizing the snake venoms, um, and you know testing them out and things like that, and came to a usable um, alchemy, I applied the venoms on my conception vessel, which is basically in ancient, or excuse me, traditional Chinese medicine dealing with acupuncture and acupressure and things like that. There are the meridians and the basically channels of flowing energy through your body. And so the conception vessel from the bottom of your lip down to the lower parts of your sexual organs, that is the chamber of flow. And so I put the copperhead venom on my conception vessel to send the venoms directly to my testicles. And that venom, I think two applications, not administrations, two applications. So 2 separate days of doing that, and then 2 weeks later, the lump was gone. And so that caused me to want to dive deeper in with the copperhead. And so I continued using that um, on separate occasions to gain a relationship with the copperhead. So that was, now there's other venoms that I've used, but as far as like gaining relationships with them, those are the ones that I had spoke of. So now I'm utilizing the water moccasin. Now I'm also going to point something out, that I tend to utilize whatever my clients are using as well. So sometimes I'll have clients that will be coming, and if I have 4 or 5 clients doing the same thing, I'll probably jump in and do the same thing. Or sometimes I don't serve myself while I'm serving my clients. Sometimes I do. It depends on situation or even during the classes. But I usually do, if I have a client that comes for a private ceremony and they do venoms, when they leave, I usually do that venom. Um, I don't know. It's just something about that synergy of everybody being in tune with the same thing, especially because the snake venoms are a very powerful onerogen. We talked about onerogens before. These are the substances that assist you with your sleep work, okay? Your lucid dreaming, your astral traveling, things of this nature. Snake venom is a very powerful onerogen, okay? Because the snakes, like you're this is a mystical art practice, so we are becoming one with the venom and the snake and the venom is becoming one with us, right? So within that, there's an exchange of wisdom. If you pay attention to folklore, culture, um, 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 uh, what's that called? History, all types, the snake has always been a symbol of wisdom and has always um, given wisdom wherever they go. So when you interface with it, it's no different. Like your dreams get turned up and the snakes come talk to you and they teach you, they give you wisdoms about different things, they give you premonitions, they give you you know, everybody's different. Some people dream and they are the snake. Some people dream they get bit by the snake. Some people get ate by the snake. Some people turn into the snake. Some people chase a snake, trying to catch a snake. Like that's for me. That's quite often. Like for me, I'm usually chasing the snakes in my dreams and trying to catch them, and in real life, as opposed to being scared or running away from them, or being bitten by them. So, but everybody's dreams are different, but most people have dreams. And I am a dream walker. I'm one of them people that will pop up in your dreams. People see me in their dreams. I, communicate with people in their dreams, and sometimes people come to me in mine. So, being in tune with the oneirogenic expression of the snake venom. So, like, if you do the venom and I'm do the venom, well, we doing the same venom with the same snake, like, right? So, with that being said, we're all in the same frequency. So, it would make sense if we see each other on those different planes. Um, Also, sometimes we'll take the snake venoms, and after like 3 days, like how I just did my 3 days, like either tonight or tomorrow, I go in on 7 grams of mushrooms, or I might go in on some of my ayahuasca or my ayahuasca or any of my entheogens, and it's like activating the venoms. Like when you get a download on your phone, a new operating system, and then your phone shuts off so it can turn back on under the new operating system. Well, yeah, like that. You know what I'm saying? So once you go through the entheogenic experience, now they don't have to come to you in your dreams because you're going to the realms where you can actually communicate with them, interface with them, and go through all the expressions and experiences that need to be needed for you to grasp on. Again, based off your spiritual security clearance. So if you ain't got no spiritual security clearance, I invite you to at least start meditating and seeing if you can get into a transcending state in your meditations so that while you're in between your entheogenic trips, your ayahuasca journeys, your mushroom journeys, your ayahuasca journeys, your San Pedro or Wachuma journeys, all of these, or your Bufo, if you don't have the availability to do these things, if you have not went on to psychonautdetroit.org and ordered a home mushroom grow kit yet and aren't growing your own mushrooms at home so you can go in every month or every 2 months or every 3 months, start meditating. Start dealing with your breath work and see if you can transcend. This will add points to your shit. This is how you increase your spiritual security clearances because you are still showing up to do the work at these spaces. If meditation ain't your thing, then get some of those lucid dreaming and astral travel alchemies and start going in deep into the sleep realm and doing the lucid dreaming, the astral traveling, and your sleep realm work. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of people out there who are sleep workers. They dream, their dreams are prophetic, their dreams are revealing or revelationary, their dreams are epiphanies, their dreams are other people's business. There are people who are shamans through the dream realm. Like how I can go in on the mushrooms and these different entheogens and glean your business and then come back and tell you your business. There's people who do that through the dream realms. And there's people who do that through meditation. You can meditate and transcend in meditation, and you can travel to different places in different times in the future or in the past, or even different locations like currently, like going and I taught my cousin how to meditate, and he transcended, and he had a situation where he went to another state where his wife was at and said that she was sitting at the table with her mother and they were drinking tea and she had on his one of his hoodies or something like this, and said so he came out to meditation and he was thinking that he was just like seeing his wife in meditation. So he was like, let me call her and tell her. So he calls her and he was like, hey babe, what you doing? And she said, nothing, just sitting here with my mom. He's like, are y'all drinking tea? She like, yeah. He like, yo, you got my hoodie on with the whoop 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 on it? Yeah, like, so he's getting all excited because he's realizing, oh shit, I just seen you. She gets up and runs to the door thinking that he's looking through the window, like, oh shit, he's here, he's here. Like when he calls out what hoodie she got on, right? And when he's like, no, I'm not, I promise you, I'm in Detroit. Said she went upstairs, I think said she kicked her brother, like he called and told him all the information. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Come to find out, he had to explain to her, no, I was meditating and I came there and I seen you, and it was just a really dope, really awesome experience, and it was his first time transcending. So these are the different types of things that you can do, and this is what I mean when I say your security clearances is because they're giving you the ability to do things so that you can what? Do works. The more abilities and gifts that you are given, the more that you can kind of assume that you are being given a job, whether it's a prophet or a shaman or a gatekeeper or a doula, death doula. Oh, I know a few people who have necro vision. Like they be like looking at somebody. Like I had somebody on the phone with me the other day, and they were saying that they seen their neighbor's house with a coffin in front of it. Like it was like looking out the window, like having a vision of looking out the window and there's a coffin in front of the house. And then a couple days later came home and so-and-so had died. Somebody telling me that they at work and they're seeing this certain energy around this person. 2 days later, this person's dead. And after having that, after 2 or 3 times, they're starting to realize that they're awakening to their gifts, their abilities. And using these entheogens usually potentiates that. Like, so there's some people who they haven't been aware of these gifts and these abilities that they have, but then they start using mushrooms, right? And it's like, no, I just wanted to go on a trip and relieve my, my depression or, deal with, the traumas and dramas, and they enjoy it. And so they go back, and then they go back again, and then they go back again. And then after like that 6th, 7th, 10th time, they start to be given gifts and abilities. And it's like, of course, yeah, you've been here a few times. Like we fucks with you. Like we trust you. We see that, you know what I'm saying? And that's how, let me be clear. That's what happened with me. I went in because somebody told me I needed to. And this person I trusted, and I was like, what is you talking about? You do it. And it's like, I did. And I was like, wait, really? So when I learned that, I was like, well, shit, all right, give me 7 grams. I went on my trip, and immediately overnight, it healed my PTSD. So after that, I was so amazed at the results that I was just trying to understand it. My human design is emotional manifesting generator, and I'm a 1-3, investigative martyr. So I will be a martyr to investigate. So I was giving up my own sanity temporarily to keep going in on 7, 10, 12, 15, just going in. Like, what is this shit about? Like, where the fuck am I? How is this happening? What is this going on? And then after a while, they just started giving me gifts and abilities. And I'm going, wait a minute now. Wait the fuck a minute. Like, I was just starting to understand this shit. How am I able to do? Why am I seeing? How am I calling people, telling them their business? And they're like, how the fuck did you know about this? I was in a trip last night. And, so if you do this, you won't keep having miscarriages and shit. Like, that's why. Like, it was a curse put on you. Like, all different type of shit. I'm fucking telling people who murdered people's sons, I'm talking about the wildest shit. I could tell y'all story after story. I need to just do my own testimonials, right? So these mushrooms just started to open up gifts and abilities within me that I didn't have. And that's how I became a shaman. It was like, I was never looking for it. I have now, and I'm not knocking, don't get it twisted when I say this, but there's people now and they're coming, they're like, yo, I want to like learn how to be a shaman, and I want to study under you, and I want to do this. And I'd be sitting there going, what? You want to do this shit? I don't think you really understand you know, and maybe you do. You know, these indigo children, these new children, they're built for this shit. So it's like, I'm looking at it because I come from a generation of individuals whose parents utilize substances to escape from this shit, not to tap us in, tune us into it. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers is like, I was having dreams and seeing people die, so now I'm an alcoholic, or now I do dope, now I smoke crack, now I'm over sexual. You know, all of these vices that they were taking up to run away from the abilities and the gifts and the different things that was popping. Now we running towards them shits. Like, wait, I'm gonna take mushrooms 20 grams 15 times, and that's gonna unlock, you know what I'm saying, my junk DNA. Junk DNA, ain't that some shit? These motherfuckers just didn't know nothing about lumens and how, you know what I'm saying, these DNAs went dormant because of, you know, the history. It has 7,000 years of basic darkness on the planet that we had to go through, but now we are going through a luminary belt, and all of these lumens is activating the DNA within us, taking us back to our original states. So this is what we're calling gifts and abilities. You know what I'm saying? It's actually our natural ways of operating, but they have been laid dormant within us. So since we're not aware of these things anymore, then we think of them and speak of them as gifts and special abilities. But really, they're just the powers that have been laying dormant within us for 7,000 years. You know, so yeah, man. Hey, man. Y'all really motivate me, man. I really love y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. Like, you know, for real, y'all be tapping in and, you know, listening to my videos. Y'all be ordering from my website. You know what I'm saying? Taking my classes. Like, y'all really show me love, and I really appreciate y'all, because I always tell people, you all are the reason that I do what I do. And what I mean by that is, even in survival, like, I wouldn't be able to pay my rent if it wasn't for y'all. I wouldn't be able to feed my children if it wasn't for y'all. I wouldn't be able to do anything that I do if it wasn't for you all. You know what I'm saying? My life and my lifestyle is based off of you all support. So if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, or I'm sucking, or I'm fucking up, or I'm being disrespectful, y'all not gonna fuck with me. Y'all not gonna support me. Y'all not gonna love me. Y'all not gonna do shit with me. And I'm gonna be a broke ass sleeping outside medicine, man. Shaman, you understand what I'm saying? Like, I am not really, how do I say, working my businesses right now. I own a few businesses, but all of these businesses are coming second, third, fourth, and fifth to my medicine works and what I offer to my community, you know. So I just want to let y'all know that I am very aware that it is because of you all that I am able to be comfortable, you know, and I appreciate you all, and I thank y'all for that. Like, for real. Like, I mean that with the bottom of my heart. Like, I ain't shit without y'all. You know, no, I mean, I'm still the shit without y'all, but financially and as far as taking care of myself and my family, it would be a fucking struggle. I would have to go out here and get a job, and, you know, which I don't want to do, because if I'm at work, how the fuck I'm gonna be serving y'all? Right? How can I go on tour and serve y'all medicines and give you all experiences and bring all of these things to y'all if I got to go clock in? Right? So it's a give and a take, and I appreciate y'all taking, you know, your time and your money and your energy and your attention and offering it to me. You know what I'm saying? I really do. And I don't ever plan on disrespecting that. Yo, Lauren Hill, ain't that some shit? Y'all lucky y'all showed up. Listen, what? We paid you. What do you mean we lucky? You're lucky we You know what? I ain't gonna never Lauren Hill, y'all. You know, because when I first started, I was in a more humble position, and I have grown to exponentially to greater heights, and that will continue. But it doesn't mean that I'm gonna change or alter how I operate with my people. So I just wanted to be clear on that and just let y'all know, man, that I love y'all. And request that y'all today tell somebody that you love them in the language that they can understand it in. Peace.